is an incredibly difficult piece. It is deceptively difficult because a lot of people look at it and they say, oh, it's only 2 pages, it's awesome. But it is so darn slow. It is, I have seen people take that first line, oh, Ramaifu, and it's like, oh my gosh, will you just get on with the piece? So, make sure that when you have a long note, that it moves. What I have learned in my years of study is that another way to look at it, perhaps, is that it's not held, but that it's constantly reinitiated. Like infinitely reinitiated all the way through. That way you're kind of keeping on the high side of the pitch, and because held out notes always have the tendency to go flat. They just always do. And so if you think about constantly singing, you know, all right, I'm singing the same thing, then it gives the energy and it gives it momentum through that line. I saw that there was a little bit of, I guess, confusion at a point during that. My recommendation is to try and make sure that if you do have a moment when you drop a word, this goes for everybody. If you drop a word, if you miss a phrase, if you miss a high note, if you sing something that sounds like garbage or something like that, the best thing you can do is just have a really pleasant smile on your face and just say, oh, I'm such a beautiful singer right now. I went and saw a production that a high school was putting on, and there was a technical issue with the pit, and the girl who was singing her piece dropped her first line. And I was thinking, you know, probably very few people in the audience knew what happened, but I knew it immediately. But she just smiled as pleasantly could be, and it was perfect. I was like, that's great, it's awesome, because it's so easy, especially when you're nervous, especially in a situation like this, where it's nerve-wracking, there's so much pressure on you to perform and to succeed. To think, oh my gosh, something just happened, and you get all caught up in it. But, I mean, this is music, you know, allowing it to have that sort of negative effect is dangerous. And I'm not saying that you did that. This is more of just kind of, I'm talking at you, but to everybody else, that these sorts of breaking character things happen to everybody. In every major performance I've ever given in my entire life, I've made one major mistake. In my senior recital in college, I had a really quick French song with 4 verses, and I sang 4 of the first verse in that song. And I just blanked, just totally, mine just went, and then I had people come up and be like, your French was amazing. I'm like, okay, whatever. So sometimes the best thing to do is just make us believe that it was all part of the plan. But it wasn't bad. It was only one of those things that I noticed because that's what I'm trained to notice. So very good job. Nice tone. Very nice, rich tone to it. Yeah, very good. Great. Why?
No, because I was just standing here and I didn't know. Like,
Oh, okay.
okay.